Let's talk about General Motors' beastly Twin 6 V12, an engine built between 1960 and 1962 for some serious heavy-duty action. But with its 11.5-liter displacement, what kind of beastly performance could it unleash? Unbelievable power! It was built specifically for trucks and heavy industrial tasks. When it came to fuel delivery, the Twin 6 V12 didn't hold back. It featured two downdraft carburetors and a water pump that moved 118 gallons per minute to keep it cool. It also included a high-volume oil pump that pumped an incredible 17 gallons of oil per minute. It weighed 1,500 pounds and was made for the defense, commercial, military, and agricultural industries. This beastly V12 churned out an impressive 630 pound-feet of torque at a mere 1,600 RPM and 275 horsepower at 2,400 RPM. Sure, it wasn't the most fuel efficient, averaging just 3 miles per gallon, but GM boasted it could power through a staggering 200,000 miles before needing a full overhaul. Now that's what you call durability. The Twin 6 V12 succeeded the lighter and more compact 10.5-liter V8, making production easier and cheaper. Now, what's wild about this engine? It was never designed for passenger cars. This monster was all about unfiltered truck power, a bold move by GM that pushed the boundaries of engineering in unexpected ways. Chevrolet's Performance ZZ632 EFI is an absolute powerhouse built for performance. This tall deck bow tie big block has a clever design that increases performance by opening up exhaust ports and increasing intake ports without limiting production. Using 93-octane pump gas, this engine's massive 632 cubic inches of displacement allows it to generate nearly 1,000 horsepower and 860 pound-feet of torque. On top, a 4500 series throttle body teams up with a high-rise port fuel injection intake manifold to handle the fuel and airflow like a pro. Chevrolet didn't stop there. They borrowed a coil near-plug technology from modern engines and paired it with a crank-triggered ignition system, keeping the setup sleek and efficient. Inside, the engine is built to last with a forged steel crankshaft, forged connecting rods, and forged pistons that are prepared to withstand the power over time. Moreover, each component is designed to deliver unparalleled performance and durability. It seems like the ideal setting to begin your project, right? But wait! Can you start your project just like that? Well, not exactly. The ZZ632 EFI is physically larger than any other Chevrolet crate engine, so you'll need to make sure your car has enough space for the air cleaner and cylinder heads before diving in. Chevrolet took performance to a whole new level with the supercharged 6.2-liter LT5 engine in the 2019 Corvette ZR1, delivering a jaw-dropping 755 horsepower and 715 pound-feet of torque. This is nothing short of a masterpiece of engineering. The highlight? A massive 2.65-liter supercharger produces mind-blowing boost, elevating this beast into a league of its own. The LT5 was built to deliver unmatched power and precision with every rev. To ensure optimal cooling, it incorporated a charge cooling system that had double the capacity of the previous model. And when it came to fueling that powerhouse, Chevrolet made no compromises. They equipped the LT5 with a dual fuel system, combining 8 port-style injectors and the standard direct injection system, resulting in a total of 16 injectors to keep up with those high power demands. So, why did Chevrolet discontinue the LT5 after just 1 year of production? Was it the high cost that turned buyers away? Even with its impressive power, the price was quite high, especially when you could find similar horsepower in less expensive LS engines. GM currently lists the LT5 as a discontinued product. Chevrolet fitted fewer than 3,000 units, making it a brief but remarkable performance titan in their history. The Chevrolet TurboFire 265 small block V8, an engine that truly changed the game. This compact powerhouse, introduced in 1955, set new standards for efficiency and performance. It was rated at a modest 180 horsepower, but many experts believe the actual output was closer to 195 horsepower. What about torque? Well, it was an exceptional performer with a powerful 260 pound-feet. Chevy created this engine to produce more power while sipping less gas, with advanced features including high turbulence valve and head combustion chambers and an 8-to-1 compression ratio. Its over-square short-stroke design reduced heat loss and friction, and its lightweight design provided an outstanding power-to-weight ratio. The outcome? High fuel efficiency and performance in a small size. Once on the verge of being discontinued due to low sales, the 1956 Corvette made a triumphant comeback with the TurboFire 265 V8 option. It produced up to 240 horsepower with dual 4-barrel carburetors and a high-lift camshaft, solidifying the Corvette's status as an American classic. Let's explore the legendary 3800 V6, one of GM's best-known engines. This powerhouse has a remarkable history that spans from 1962 to 2008. The 3800 V6 engine has a 3.8-liter displacement placed at a 90-degree arrangement under the hood. Its heads and block were made of durable cast iron, but subsequent models switched to aluminum heads for increased efficiency. This engine's overhead valve design, which had 2 valves per cylinder, produced exceptional torque and dependability. And performance? The normally aspired models produced enough power for your daily cruiser, ranging from 170 to 205 horsepower and 220 to 230 pound-feet of torque. However, the supercharged versions were the stars of the show if you were looking for a real thrill. With an Eaton supercharger, they produced a remarkable 240 to 260 horsepower and 275 to 280 pound-feet of torque, enabling you to go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in roughly 6.5 seconds. This torque-producing engine was made to last and was well known for its compact 90-degree design and multi-port fuel injection technology. Numerous models have exceeded 200,000 miles, demonstrating its legendary reputation for dependability. Now it's time to take a closer look at one of GM's most iconic powerhouses, the LS7 V8. As soon as this beast was on the scene in 2006, it solidified its reputation as a muscle car icon. It was the largest small block V8 that GM has ever developed, with a displacement of 7 liters or 427 cubic inches for those who are keeping score. The LS7 was a game-changer, pumping out a jaw-dropping 505 horsepower and 481 pound-feet of torque, all thanks to its lightweight aluminum block, high-flow aluminum heads, and titanium connecting rods. This engine didn't just raise the bar, it smashed it. Performance legends like the 2011 Corvette Z06 and the 2014 Camaro Z28 were powered by the LS7. As one of the first production engines to push the Corvette Z06 into supercar territory, it defeated exotic competitors with unmatched power and precision. This naturally inspirational powerhouse became an instant fan favorite, combining ferocity with engineering brilliance. And the story doesn't end there. Chevrolet kept the LS7 legacy alive with a new crate engine boasting 570 horsepower. The LS7 V8 is proof of GM's dominance in the muscle car market, whether it's in your dream build or under the hood of a vintage C6 Corvette. Let's travel back in time to the golden age of muscle cars and present you with Chevy's legendary 454 Big Block V8. This giant solidified its place in automotive history by dominating the streets and drag strips from 1970 to 1976. With a massive 7.4-liter displacement, it was the largest Mark IV big block engine Chevrolet ever released. The LS5 and the LS6 trim levels were available, and the 454 was all about power. The 1970 LS5 engine delivered a solid 360 horsepower, but the real showstopper was the LS6, which pushed an impressive 450 horsepower. And if you've seen Dazed and Confused, you've likely seen the iconic 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS454 rocking that LS6 engine. The 454 Big Block was a muscle car enthusiast's dream engine. But as the 1970s went on, America's passion for large V8 engines began to wane. By 1972, emissions laws and a growing public concern for fuel efficiency had started to lose their popularity. Forget everything you know about legendary engines. Introducing the GMC 637 V8, the largest GM engine ever produced for the road, built between 1967 and 1972. With a massive 10.44-liter displacement, this was built to handle the toughest tasks with ease. Yet somehow it slipped under the radar. Well, it's time to give this rare gem the credit it truly deserves. The 60-degree V-angle, which was passed down from its V6 predecessors, wasn't exactly the best for a V8. But here's the twist. GMC had an ace up its sleeve, a single balancing shaft. This clever addition transformed what could have been a shaky giant into a smooth operator, ready to tackle even the toughest jobs. Both gasoline and diesel versions of the engine were available. The diesel type, known as the D637 Toro Flow, debuted in 1966 with 195 horsepower, while the gasoline version boasted 275 horsepower and 560 pound-feet of torque. For those who desired more, there was also a twin turbocharged diesel variant with 220 horsepower and 458 pound-feet of torque at 2,000 RPM. Its 5.125-inch by 3.86-inch bore and stroke reduced friction losses and piston speed, guaranteeing its long lifespan.